Hello everyone, it's Rich Michael Jones. Time for the Bible read for April the 19th. Out of Joshua. Okay. The second allotment of land, went to the clan of the tribe of Simeon. Their homeland was surrounded by Judah's territory. Simeon's homeland included Beersheba, Sheba, Moladah, Hazurlah, Bala, Ezem, Etolad, Bethul, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth, Merkabath, Hazer, Suzah, Beth Leboth, and Sharon. 13 towns with their surrounding villages also included Ain, Rimmon, Ether, and Ashen. 4 towns with their villages included all the surrounding villages as far south as Baalath Bear, also known as Ramah of the Negev. This was the homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Simeon. Their allotted of the land came from part what had been given to Judah because Judah's territory was too large for them, so the tribe of Simeon received an allocation within the territory. Third allotment of land went to the clans of tribe of Zebulun. The boundary of Zebulun's homeland started at Sarid. From there it went west, going past Marlah, touching Dabasheth, and proceeding to the brook east of Jokneam. In the other direction, the boundary went east from Sarid to the border of Kisloth Tabor, and from there to Daberath and up to Japhia. Then it continued east to Gath Helfer, Ethkazin, and Rimmon, and turned toward Ne, the northern boundary of Zebulun, past Hanathon, and ended at the valley of Iptah El. The towns in these areas included Kittah, Nahala, Shimron, Adalah, and Bethlehem, 12 towns which surrounded the villages. The homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Zebulun included these towns and their surrounding areas. The fourth allotment of land went to the clans of the tribe of Issachar. Its boundaries included the following towns: Jezreel, Kesulath, Shunan, Haphran, Shion, Anarath, Rabbath, Kishon, Ebs, Rimmeth, in Gainim, in Hadeh, the Beth Paza. The boundary also touched Tabor, Shamua, the Beth Shemesh, ending at the Jordan River. 16 towns with their surrounding villages. The homeland allotted to the clans of the tribe of Issachar included these towns and their surrounding villages. The fifth allotment of the land went to the clans of the tribe of Asher. Its boundaries included these towns: Helkath, Haley, Beton, Ashpha, Alamek, Ahmed, and Mishal. The boundary of on the west touched Carmel, Shiloh, and Lebanath. Then it turned east toward Beth Dagon and ran as far as Zebulun in the valley of Iptha El, going north to the Beth Emek and the Nil. It then continued north to Kabul, Abdon, Rehob, Hammon, Cana, and as far as Greater Sidon. Then the boundary turned toward Ramah and the fortress of Tyre, where it turned toward Hosah and came to the Mediterranean Sea. The territory also included Mehebel, Akzib, Umah, Aphek, and Rehob, 22 tons with their surrounding villages. The homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Asher included these towns and their surrounding villages. The sixth allotment of land went to the clans of the tribe of Naphtali. Its boundaries ran Hepha from Oak of Zenaman and extended across Adami, Nekeb, Jibneel, and as far as Lakum, ending in the Jordan River. The western boundary ran past Aznoth Tabor, then Hukkok, and touched the border of Zebulun and the south, the border of the Asher of the west, and the Jordan River on the east. The fortified towns included in this territory were Ziddim, Zer, Hamath, Raketh, Kinrith, Admah, Ramah, Hazer, Kadesh, Edrei, and Hazer, Uron, Migdal El, Horem, Beth Anath, and Beth Shemesh, 19 towns and their surrounding villages. The homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Naphtali included these towns and their surrounding villages. The seventh allotment of the land went to the clans of the tribe of Dan. The land so allocated as their homeland included the following towns: Zorah, Eshteo, Ir-Shemesh, Shalabin, Ajlan, Ithla, Elen, Timnah, Hekron, Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Baalath, Jehud, Ben Barak, Gathrimmon, Mejarkan, Rakan, and territories across from Joppa, but the tribe of Dan had trouble taking possession of their land, so they attacked the town of Laish and captured and slaughtered its people and settled there. They remained in the town of Dan after their ancestors. The homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Dan included these towns and their surrounding villages. After all the land was divided among the tribes, the Israelites gave a piece of land to Joshua in his allocation, for the land had said he could have any town he wanted. He chose Timnath Serah in the hill country of Ephraim. He built the town and lived there. These are the territories that Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the tribal leaders allocated as grants of land to the tribes of Israel by casting sacred lots in their presence of the Lord at the entrance of the tabernacle at Shiloh. So the division of the land was completed. The Lord said to Joshua, "Now tell the Israelites to designate the cities of the refuge as I instructed Moses. Anyone who kills another person accidentally and unintentionally can run to one of these cities. They will be placed of refuge for relatives seeking revenge for their person who was killed. Upon reaching one of these cities, the one who caused the death will appear before the elders in the city gate and present his case. They must allow him to enter the city and give him a place to live among them. If the relatives of the victims come to avenge the killing, the leaders must not release the slayer to them, for he killed the other person unintentionally and without previous hostility. But the slayer must stay in that city." Must stay in that city until death of the high priest. Oh, no. But the slayer must stay in that city and be tried by the local assembly, which will render a judgment. And he must continue to live in that city until the death of the high priest who was in office at that time of the accident. After that, he is free to return to his own home in the town from which he fled. The following cities were designated as cities of refuge: Kadesh, Galilee, in the hill country of Naphtali; Shechem, in the hill country of Ephraim; and Kiriath Arba, in the hill country of Judah, on the east side of the Jordan River, across from Jericho. The following cities were designated: Bezer, in the wilderness plain of the tribe of Reuben; Ramoth in the Gilead, in the territory of the tribe of Gad; and Golan and Bashan in the land of the tribe of Manasseh. These cities were set apart for all the Israelites as well as for the foreigners living among them. Anyone who accidentally killed another person could take refuge in one of these cities. In this way, they could not escape being killed in revenge prior to standing trial before the local assembly. And the second part of the read today is in Luke. Thank God for Jesus. Luke 19. After telling this story to Jesus, went on toward Jerusalem, walking ahead of his disciples. As he came to towns of Bethphage and Bethany On the Mount of Olives, he sent two disciples ahead. Go into the village over there, he told them. As you enter, you will see a young donkey tied there, with no one has ever ridden. Untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks, why are you untying that colt? Just say the Lord needs it. So they went and found the colt just as Jesus said, and sure enough, as they were untying it, the owner asked them, why are you untying that colt? And the disciples simply replied, the Lord needs it. So they brought the colt to Jesus and threw their garments over it for him to ride on. As he rode along, the crowd spread out their garments on the road ahead of him. When he reached the place where the road started down the Mount of Olives, all of his followers began to shout and sing, and they all walked along praising God for all the wonderful miracles that they had seen. Blessings of the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest heaven. But some of the Pharisees among the crowd said, Teacher, rebuke your followers for saying things like that. He replied, if they keep quiet, the stones along the road would burst into cheers. But as he came closer to Jerusalem and saw the city ahead, he began to weep. How I wish today that you of all people would understand the way to peace, but now it is too late, and peace is hidden from your eyes. Before long your enemies will build ramparts against the wall and encircle you and close in on you from every side. They will crush you into the ground and your children with you. Your enemies will not leave a single stone in place because you did not accept your opportunity for salvation. Then Jesus entered the temple and began to drive out the people selling animals for sacrifices. He said to them, the scriptures declare my temple will be a house of prayer, but you have turned into a den of thieves. And after that he taught daily in the temple, but the leading priests, the teachers of religious law, and the other leaders of the people began planning how to kill him. But they could think of nothing because all the people hung on every word he said. Psalms 88. For the chore director, oh Lord God of my salvation, I cry out to you by day, I come to you at night. Now hear my prayer, listen to my cry, for my life is full of troubles and death draws near. I am as good as dead, like a strong man with no strength left. They have left me among the dead, and I like a corpse in a grave I am forgotten. Cut off from your care, you have thrown me into the lowest pits, into the darkest depths. Your anger weighs me down. With wave after wave, you have engulfed me. You have driven my friends away by making me repulsive to them. I am in a trap with no way of escape. My eyes are blinded, and my tears each day I beg for your help, O Lord. I lift my hands to you for mercy at your wonderful deeds of any use to the dead. Do the dead rise up and praise you? Can those in the grave declare your unfailing love? Can they proclaim your faithfulness in the place of destruction? Can the darkness speak of your wonderful deeds? Can anyone in the land of forgetfulness talk about your righteousness? O Lord, I cry out to you. I will keep on pleading day by day, O Lord. Why do you reject me? Why do you turn your face from me? I've been sick and close to death since my mouth. I stand helpless and desperate before your terror. Your fierce anger has overwhelmed me. Your terrors have paralyzed me, and they swirl around me like flood waters all day long. They have engulfed me completely. You have taken away my companions and loved ones. Darkness is my closest friend. That is a sad one. Proverbs. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream filled is a tree of life. People who despise advice are asking for trouble. Those who respect a command will succeed. The instructions of the wise is a life-giving fountain.
Those who accept it avoid the snares of death.